Welcome all my lovely goblins and ghouls of the internet. I'm Hanya, your demon cinephile. I wasn't really planning on doing anything today, for a couple of reasons, but I got a surprise. There's the X-Men. I say X-Men because those saw it on the screen. The first trailer for Avengers Doomsday came out, and my interest has peaked. My interest is here. I never really talked much about the MCU on this channel, but I love the MCU. I love the MCU. Used to love it. Don't really much anymore. At least not like that. I don't know. I feel like it's missing something. I don't know. Basic common complaints a lot of people had since Endgame, that some projects were really good, and the other projects that I did pay attention to were just very mid. Then again, I don't know, maybe some things I should give a better chance to. I have no idea. Not sure about this film because of the major kind of reworking they had to do from all their supposed plans with Kang and stuff, throwing in Doctor Doom at the last minute. Apparently, see Doctor Doom in the trailer. So that's interesting. I'm really interested in how RDJ is going to play him. But enough stalling. Let's just check this out and see if it's actually any good. Xavier School. And seeing that logo.
Something's coming.
Ooh, wait a second.
Something we may not be able to deter.
Is that the accursions
before this day is done?
that was set up and never
faced with
happened?
an unthinkable decision.
Doom. Doom.
I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died.
Damn.
They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less
Wakandans
than this one.
Wakandans and Atlanteans, or whatever they're called, are coming back. Thor's getting a lot of screen time, and he seems to be his serious self, not the fucking joke that was in the last two Thor movies that everyone loves. And again, no one loved Love and Thunder. Ragnarok, people glazed the hell out of. Sanctum? Cyclops! Oh, Saint Ching-Chi!
Everything that they sacrificed will be for nothing
Loki.
if we do not stand together.
Yeah!
Put aside your petty squabbles.
Mystique! Oh, shit! She looks so cool!
Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters.
Thor is getting so much the dialogue. I think.
Well, not my words.
Damn! Oh no.
We're going to need a miracle.
Wait, who's
Pal?
It's not possible.
Steve? Oh, that's a interesting looking face. Avengers Doomsday. Ah, the Avengers theme. Infinity Vision. Is that actually a thing they made for the movie, or they're just being cute? The timer. This film is not yet rated. Oh, come on. Y'all know you're going to put PG-13 just so you can have more butts and seats. Is this the official trailer or just a teaser? No, official trailer. Okay. So that was okay. That was pretty good. That's pretty interesting. I say this a little bit. Shit, I just dropped something. I said this is a bit more of a teaser trailer than an actual official trailer. just on the accounts that nothing was really shown, or like nothing was really explained. All we know that not only that we were shown that the Avengers are all coming together and they're reuniting with the Wakandans, they're teaming up with the Atlanteans, they're going to different realities, they're grouping up with these X-Men, they're grouping up with the Fantastic Four, all, and of course the Steve that left to go to the other timeline. And we get like 2-3 shots of Doom, that's about it. The thing that I am really happy is that Thor is apparently leading the team. I know when he did those little teaser snippets that Thor got one, and I was excited because I love Thor. I love, I really do love Thor. Marvel Thor is a pretty fun character. I've always loved Chris Hemsworth's interpretation of the character, even though that Marvel, Kevin Feige or whoever at Marvel never really cared about Thor. Thor has gotten the least amount of love and attention to detail to him compared to all the other heroes that got in films. I mean, you got the first Thor movie, which is great. I mean, yes, it could be better. I will admit that, but I love it for what it is. You got the second Thor movie, which is I don't think it's as bad as some people like to say. I will say it's pretty low. It's pretty mediocre. Then you got Ragnarok, which I am one of the few people that do not really like Ragnarok. I mean, I really did love it the first time I watched it, but when I actually got the Blu-ray and watched it at home, I started to realize like there's something really off about this, and it's because Ragnarok was this weird soft reboot, and it was made for people who don't really like Thor, who just want Thor to be this dumb space loser and not this cool mythological character coming out of Norse mythology and interacting with all these sci-fi heroes, which I think is the neat thing about Thor. Now they just turned to a dumb little space comedy, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate Ragnarok for so many things, mostly just the dumbification of Thor, turning Thor into this fucking dumb himbo with. I just hate Ragnarok so much. But not to be here, there's lots of cool things about Ragnarok, but really the only good things about Ragnarok are the writer, like the story, and the visual effects team. Everything that has to do with the director, no, I don't like it. Then you got, of course, Thor: Love and Thunder. What I said about that film is it better? It's a cancer to the soul. I want to rip my eyeballs out while watching it, and that is not really a joke. I almost was compelled to do it by some brief moment of insanity. But you also got to see here that Steve is back. And I know that was some big what's the word I'm looking for? Feel I can't think of the freaking word I'm trying to think of. Sorry. I'm trying not to cuss right now, and I'm trying to hold back on that. Because in Avengers Endgame, when Steve goes back in time, goes through the different timelines to return to Stones, we see him later as the old man Steve. And everyone's thinking, how did this happen? Did Steve go to a different reality and live there with Peggy and taking place the Steve there who probably just died and went into the ice? Or did Steve just go back in time and just did nothing as all these horrible world events took place? It's, I don't know. So I guess we're going with the idea that Steve did just go back in time and stayed in a different reality with Peggy. Or maybe this is just a different version of that Steve. I mean, this is the multiverse, so technically anything can happen, which is one of the really interesting and worst parts of the multiverse. It can really get bad if you don't write it well. And speaking of not writing things well, we have Loki. We got TVA Loki. So I don't know how this connects to Deadpool and Wolverine and season 2 of Loki. I only saw season 1 of Loki and I thought it was a god. Another curse. I thought it was complete utter feces. I thought it was really really bad. Uh, the look of the show was awesome. Tom Hiddleston was awesome. It was the writing and directing was a complete utter travesty. It was a complete utter circus of a shit show. A just I didn't care for season 1, and it baffles me. So many people thought it was good. I'm not gonna say their opinions are wrong. I never try to do that the best as I can, but I was expecting the show to be epic and amazing. I when I actually sat down to actually watch it, I was wondering where that great masterpiece everyone claiming it was to be. I never saw season 2. I heard season 2 is a lot better, but then again, a lot of people like season 1, so I'm not exactly sure how better what better actually means to that context. But yeah, Avengers Doomsday. I can only guess this is the incursions that we saw happening in Doctor Strange 2. So I only saw Doctor Strange 2 the one time. From what I remember, the incursions are basically happens when too many people from a different universe or timeline go to a different timeline or universe, and they begin to pull their other reality towards the other one, and they kind of like smash into each other. I think that's what the explanation was. So I'm guessing this is MCU realities about to smash into the X-Men universe or something other. Now it could because of Monica Rambeau, because I do know Monica Rambeau went to the X-Men timeline. I didn't see the Marvels, but I do know that's one of the twists in it. So is that happening, or is this something Doom is doing directly to the characters? I do love the new look of Avengers Tower. It I'm not sure if it's supposed to be the Avengers Tower we knew in the original movie. Oh no, it's not. No, that's right, because the new Avengers, the new Avengers, bought it out. So this is who was the Thunderbolts again? This is Elena, U.S. Agent, Bucky, Ghost, and Sentry, and the Red Guardian. Okay, I do like that. I do like that. The the original Avengers Tower, it wasn't that flashy, but it had its own style. Like that was the MCU's Avengers Mansion. So this one, it feels a little bit more sci-fi, a little bit more comic booky. So I kind of like that change. I kind of like that change. So this is probably going to be kind of sad because this is final appearance of um. Darn, I can't think of his name right now. But Patrick Stewart, I can't believe I forgot his name for that moment. Patrick Stewart is going to be his. I think he just announced that he is retiring from acting, so this might be one of his last appearance we ever see him in. This will be the last appearance of him as Professor X. I'm not sure if he's retiring from acting like altogether. Like I'm not sure he's still going to voice act, because I know he used to voice act for American Dad. I don't know if he's still doing that. Yeah, this is actually gonna be kind of emotional on that part. So I wonder if they're going to kill him off because of this. I doubt any of these original X-Men characters are going to survive because, like I said, like I talked about this, my brain doing fog farts. Like we do know that after this movie, there is going to be a Secret Wars. Um And after the Secret Wars, the whole MCU is supposed to have a soft reboot. This rumor's been going on for a while. There's no reason that they would adapt Secret Wars unless they were going to do a soft reboot of the whole franchise. So I do wonder when we do get MCU X-Men how they are going to portray these two, and not to bring bad luck to any future actors, but Patrick Stewart, um, Sir Kean Allen. Damn it, I am bad with names right now. Sir Ian McKellen. Yeah, these two. Gonna be sad seeing them no longer be a part of these characters. But I don't know. Maybe the MCU actually get his shit together and start making awesome films. Or at least films, or at least a series of films with a connecting storyline. Because that's kind of what made the first 3 phases pretty good. Sure, it wasn't a full episodic feature, like not every film ran into each other, but there was some sort of a idea or a focus for the first 3 phases, building up to Thanos, introducing each Infinity Stone. Phase 4 and 5 didn't really have that. I mean, they kind of started doing that with Ant-Man Quantumania, but if your whole thing was going to be focused on the multiverse, I think that's what you should have been doing right away. I mean, have like the first phase, they should have been like 3 phases like this, the first one. Phase 1 or phase 4 should have just been reintroducing old characters to the new world and introducing new heroes. And then phase 5 would be introducing more multiverse stuff, and then bring in Fantastic Four, bring in Doctor Doom, and then do phase 5 or 6. And I'm not exactly sure how you would lead up to this, because I'm not exactly sure what the story's going to be, because we have no idea who this Doom is or why he is doing what he is doing. Is his backstory anything similar to classic Doom, or is it like Doom from the first Fantastic Four movies, or is it Doom like from the Ultimate Comics? We don't know this Doom's backstory, so I'm not exactly sure how you would build him up to be the grand villain. I mean, we only got hints of who Thanos was in the first 2 phases, but it was just enough to build up. Yeah, whoever this big purple dude is, he's a pretty big threat. But no one knows who this Doom is. I mean, sure, us comic book fans, us cartoon fans, we know who Doom is, but the normal audience, or at least the kids who didn't grow up with Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, or God freaking forbid, Fantastic Four from 2015, no one's gonna know who this Doom is. No one's gonna get Doom. Yeah, nothing real else to say. Except that I'm loving that Thor is going to be our central lead character. Chris Hemsworth, I know he can play a really good Thor, just nobody really wants to write him. The closest we got was Kenneth Branagh, and they I'm not sure, did Kenneth Branagh want to come back for part 2, or did Marvel just toss him aside? I need to do more research on that. But I do love that Thor is getting some center of focus, and he seems to be acting like his normal self and not the dumbass that Taika Waititi turned him into. I always hear he makes good stuff, but after seeing what he did to Thor, I don't want to risk and watch it. I feel like it's gonna make me stupid. Yeah, but this trailer, it looks cool. It feels fun, but I don't have that emotional stake, the emotional investment like I did watching the original first 3 phases. Though this does bring a bit of a smile on my face. This does feel fun watching these 2 original Avengers coming together. And while RDJ is playing a completely different character, I am very curious on how he is going to react to how Thor and Captain America are going to react to Doom looking like Tony, sounding like Tony. I mean, you do get a little bit of his speech right here. Let me get to it.
Something we may not be able to deter.
Like we do get, he doesn't really sound like Tony, but I am very curious at how these other our classic heroes going to react to this villain, this monster that looks like their old comrade, their old leader. I guess Cap was technically the leader, but the MCU was started with Iron Man, so sometimes it feels appropriate to call him the leader or ex part leader. I'm not sure what I'm talking about. Yeah, but having these three actors come back together, that itself feels special. Not Avengers itself, which is sad. I was talking to a buddy about this a while back, but it feels so weird, so stupid that this is the first Avengers movie since Endgame. It's been like, my math is horrible, but 2026, so it's been like 7 years. It's been 7 years, and we have not gotten an Avengers movie. The next Avengers movie should have been like in 2022 or 2024 or something, and now it's just this movie and then another Avengers movie and then soft reboot where we're going to get a whole bunch of new actors playing these characters. And only people who are probably going to remember the old universe will be Spider-Man and Thor, if Chris Hemsworth wants to come back. I guess Doctor Strange, but depending on how they want to do his character. We don't even know what's happening with Doctor Strange. Apparently he was supposed to be fighting Dormammu or something, wherever the hell happened at the end of the last movie. I don't know. This is messy. This series has become very, very messy. But hey, that's kind of just like how comic books get messy all the time. They're long, never-ending soap operas that if you decide to skip a few issues, you are completely lost on what's happening. But yeah, Avengers Doomsday looks cool, feels cool. Not really that excited for it. More excited for seeing these actors come back. So that's something. But yeah, what do you think about the trailer? Comment below, let me know. And I'll see you all in the next video or whenever I get the chance to go live again. Bye bye.